Hello again. I'm Laura Jo Liefers. I'm an attorney at Moyer Law Group in St. Petersburg, Florida, and I'm on the board of directors of the Pinellas chapter of the Florida Association for Women Lawyers, PFAWL. The next topic we will be discussing in our series on work-life balance is finding your purpose. I hope you enjoy. Our next tip for work-life balance, finding your purpose. Angie, tell us a little bit about finding your purpose and how it keeps you centered.
It's interesting because I always kind of had this guilt of I work in the technology industry, I don't save lives, but I'm the type of person that I like to help in the community. When my children were young, it was really hard to volunteer my time and other efforts as well. When they got a little bit older, I started to, seek out, okay, what could I do? What could I do that interacts with them as well? And Junior Achievement was probably one of the first organizations that I really started working with because I could actually go into my children's classroom and teach, and volunteer delivering the curriculum. So I found it so rewarding, and the students just loved it. My kids weren't embarrassed by me, so that was great. and it was a way that it kind of opened the door up for a lot of what I'm doing today, which has all kind of led to each other. And what I've realized is I love my job that much more because I can leverage my job and my company to help with these initiatives that I truly believe in around STEM education and around workforce initiative.
What's
and
STEM?
around STEM is science, technology, engineering, and math, which is a huge effort. We really are starting to take, I would say, the reins of a little bit in the U.S., but it's really important that we start to build our future workforce and that we help focus educational opportunities and inspiration for students around those categories. And we know how hard it is to find folks coming into the technology industry. I'm sure other industries can also say the same thing. And so it's a matter of trying to break through the lack of understanding or lack of knowledge, and then also just trying to inspire. So that has given me so much purpose. And I can tell you the last probably 8 years of my career, it's been an addition to my career itself and my company, is I totally enjoy this piece of it. And I feel like I have a purpose around leveraging the company, encouraging others within the company who, by the way, they love their job even more because they're involved in helping and engaging with students and engaging with the colleges to try to bridge some of the gaps there are today, et cetera.
Okay, Christy, tell us what your purpose is.
So I think what I find oftentimes with myself, with my career pathing and talking to other women and other associates, is folks trying to figure out what they want to be, where they want to go, and how they're going to get there. And in my career pathing, I was always looking for ways to better the situation that I was in and help the firm. But you start getting into parts of your career where you start looking at what are the next 15 or 20 years. In my firm, I would love to be the next woman in an executive role. We only have one in our firm, and that is a vision of mine. I want to be at that table. But you also have to focus on why. Why do you want to be there? What is driving you there? And so if you only focus on the end path, you will lose sight of what you do and why you do and why it's meaningful. And we have president of Raymond James and Associates who oftentimes speaks about our industry as this is a noble profession. And we do good work. We work with clients, we help with financial stability, we advise and we consult in an equal sincerity and passion as clergy, as physicians, as educators. And we have to really recognize that significance of our role. And the moment that I was able to ground everything that I did with around this nobility of our profession, I was able to speak to my associates a little differently about we aren't saving lives either, but when you can think about the positive outcomes that you influence in an individual's lives, our financial advisors see it every day. We have to find it in our role as well that we make that same impact, and that's very powerful when you connect with that.
Siobhan, what's your purpose?
So I realize that it's not about me. I have always loved volunteering and trying to make a positive impact in the community that I'm around. So any way that I can do that, I try. I volunteer with my church. I participate with the Girl Scouts. Both of my girls are Girl Scouts, and we get to do a lot of things in the community that just benefit it. We're going to start a book campaign where you're going to set up a little stand in the park. People can donate books, people can take books out, and it's just to promote reading throughout our children. I am a huge fan of the STEM program. I wish it was available in more schools. They do something like that with the Girl Scouts. I just want it worldwide. So anything that I can do to just try to make a more positive impact on our community, I'm going to volunteer for. It's part of the reason I got involved with PFAWL. And I have to be mindful, I'm raising 2 daughters. They look to me as their first role model, whether they want to admit it or not. So I have to model my actions and be cognizant of the way that I am so that hopefully I lead by example.
Yes, exactly. Finding a purpose both at work and outside of work to keep you motivated and keep you going, that's very, very important. And I struggle with that. As a young lawyer, I work a lot. I build, I'm in private practice, so it's a lot of billing hours. So finding my purpose is sometimes a struggle, but I'm a work in progress. And one of my very first mentors when I was in law school, her name is Meredith Gauntz. She just opened her own law firm, Gauntz Law. And she told me, I had a chance to interview her as a law student for our PFAWL's membership spotlight. And I asked her, what's some advice that you would give a young lawyer? And she said that yes, you're a lawyer, but that I don't consider myself first a lawyer. I consider myself a wife, a daughter, a friend, family member, and a lawyer. But that's not my first identity. And remembering that day in and day out is I thought she was crazy at the time because all I wanted to do is be a lawyer. But looking back now, like that, whatever it is that you love to do, you love to volunteer, you have to keep doing that. PFAWL has some great pro bono opportunities. Small, big, whatever it is, finding your purpose is so, so important. And remembering that your job is not your life. It is a very important part of your life, but we have to be able, we're other people. We have other identities other than in finance and technology as a lawyer. So.